What is a force? A force is a push or a pull on an object. We cannot see forces, but we can observe what they do. A ball lying on a table will remain in the same position until force is applied to it. If someone gives the ball a push, it will move away. A force can change the shape of an object, change how fast the object is moving, change the direction of motion of the object, and stop the motion of the object. Some forces are useful and some are harmful. An example of a useful force is a truck carrying boxes that hold things that you bought to your house. An example of a harmful force is an erupting volcano, as it is dangerous. Balanced and unbalanced forces. Balanced forces, when two people or things are pushing on an object with equal force, in opposite directions. The position and motion of an object does not change if the forces are balanced. Unbalanced forces, when the forces applied on an object are not equal in opposite directions. The object will move away from the force that is stronger. Types of forces. 1. Gravitational force. Gravitational force is the reason why we are not floating up into space. Because the Earth is bigger than us, it attracts us to it. Gravitational force will not work with small objects. 2. Frictional force. Frictional force acts in the opposite direction to the motion of an object. There is less frictional force on smooth surfaces compared to rough surfaces. Frictional force can be helpful and unhelpful. An example of a helpful frictional force is the frictional force between our pencil or pen and our hand. If there was no frictional force there, we could not be able to grip our writing tools. An example of an unhelpful frictional force is the frictional force between the soles of our shoes and the ground, because it can cause the soles of our shoes to wear out. 3. Elastic force. A force can change the shapes of objects. Elastic objects' shapes can be changed if they are pressed or stretched. The elastic object will go back to its original shape if the force is removed. Now, on to the summary. A force is an invisible push or pull on an object. A force can change the shape of an object, how fast the object is moving, the direction of motion of the object, and stop the motion of the object. Some forces are useful and some are harmful. Forces are balanced if equal forces are applied in opposite directions. Forces are unbalanced if unequal forces are applied in opposite directions. Gravitational force is what is pulling us to the Earth. Frictional force is the force that acts in the opposite direction to the motion of an object. Frictional forces can be helpful and unhelpful. Elastic objects' shapes can be changed if they are pressed or stretched. The elastic object will go back to its original shape if the force is removed. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.